I'll attempt another one using the same setup as before. So hopefully I've documented the second copy, which is the overlay. I'm amazed at that pixelated result we got here. Now this machine's going to probably be cyber trashed in the next, well, couple of weeks if that. So why don't we use it while we can? So it turns out that it was really good that we, blessing in disguise, that we now have access to this black and white, because colour machines don't normally have this roughness. So we're going to execute the same result. We know that this silly thing's gone. The power saver will just boot it up or warm it up. So basically, because the first one looks pixelated, what I'm thinking is we've got a negative image and we've got a positive image. And basically what happened is, these were done on the colour machine last time. Now this silly thing's not coming up. Oh, I just hit the on off button. I forgot, I should have pressed energy saver. See, even experts like me can get it wrong. Isn't it silly? So now the silly thing's got to warm up. So I just can't believe it. Goes to show they're not designed for everyday users. So if anyone has copier issues, you know why. Even an expert, I mean, I can only just nav my way through it because I've used so many of them. So, right, so we have to hit energy saver. I mistaked that for energy saver. Isn't that silly? Isn't that funny? So we're just going to set it up again. So we had that pixelated result with the first image. So this will look good as a pixeled image, 50% density, and we'll print this nicely in full density, and hopefully it'll stand out from the background. Just thinking I might even have to minimise. There's nothing like printing a negative image on and a positive image in the same go. Done it on the Biz Hub C280, but it's not the same. That's why it's nice to use different ones. So we're going to start with a positive image. Just going to set the sucker up just as we did, according to my notes, to make it simplified. So we'll just leave text, photo, original size, we just set it up A4R. Right, and we've got default density, we'll leave it at default. And I don't know, we'll just preview it just for the fun of it, just by default we'll preview it. It's quite a little novelty here. And there it is. It's our first copy, or our first scan. Right, but then we're going to go and we're going to get back into this mode. It's called form overlay. Now you've got to go be a bit robotic, and to change your settings, you have to basically hit this. You've got to say, well, I think it might be because we just did a preview, but inexperience indeed. As we're having my own setup, Luigi would be good, because I could be copying my brains out all day as long as we don't have anything more important to do. So what we did last time, again, form overlay. We say scan new form, and then it takes up the little dialog box. Now I'm just curious as to whether we should drop the density further to make it stand. Well, actually I think we'll just stick it at 50. It's only 10 cents a copy, so it's not like we're totally blasting our budget out of the water. 50%, and we'll just say okay. It's funny, I don't think you have to press the preview button, but I did it anyway, so here goes. Scanning form. Right, scan original. So we have to do then is like before, we have to basically switch our originals over. So that's the first one. Now that should be scanned at a 50% density. And over the top will be our negative image. It's amazing what you can do with these functions. Adds more latitude. So, and then we're going to do what we do again. We hit the start button. And then you have to basically There it is. It shows roughly what it looks like. It's quite nice actually. And then all we have to do then is we hit the start key again. I know, Luigi, it's probably obvious. You probably know more about this type of equipment than I do, because this is my first time on this particular model. Oh, and there we have it. Isn't that fascinating? It's a very grey looking image, but it's quite, I don't know, I'm wondering if I should drop the density of the first image down a bit, but still it's a beautiful image. So you've got like a finer quality of the negative image contrasted with this really rasterized, I think that's what they call it, pixelated effect. Now that's really beautiful. Amazing stuff. Curious as to whether I should pull down the black background further or not.